I finally found one that fit. I wanted a light colored one because wearing dark colors under a light shirt doesn't look too good, but it fits. Yeah, I got a bra. I did a few errands today. I returned 2 shirts back to Kmart because I did not get the job at the dinner theater. And I was kind of bummed out about it yesterday. I drank 2 beers, which is a lot for me. Because I don't really drink. So I just totally got wasted on 2 beers. I know you people in England or people from Canada are laughing at me, but I'm a lightweight, believe it or not, these days. Anyway, so I returned those shirts and ran a few errands, got a couple groceries, and I went to Target. Target had, I got some mascara. Most of my makeup is at least 30 years old. I know you people out there that are into makeup are going, ugh. I don't care. I don't care. I hardly ever wear makeup. If I'm in a play, I wear makeup. Or if I want to look less frightening, I put a little makeup on, but I don't wear makeup. Mascara dries out every, 90 days you need to replace it. So I got a new mascara. That's the stuff that does your eyelashes. And they have so many different brands and so many different kinds and god-awful prices. I just got CoverGirl. I've used CoverGirl forever, and that's what I use, CoverGirl. Some of those are just extremely expensive. They have all these different kind, non-clumping, thick and full, and light and lovely, and all this other stuff. Really? Anyway, I got that, and I got something for my keyboard. It's like a little stand on wheels. It's on a stand now, but the kind of stand it's on, I can't sit up close to the keyboard because the stand gets in the way of my legs. So hopefully, when I put the thing together tomorrow, it'll work really well. We'll see. Also in the mail today came this. Ta-da! And what is this? This is an Ancestry.com DNA test. And this is what comes inside. You have your box to send the sample back in. You have this, which you put the spittle part back into, and instructions. This is, it's upside down, the thing you spit into, and you fill it up to the dotted line there. And then you put this cap on that has blue liquid, which oozes down into your spit, and you shake it up a whole lot for a good 5 seconds, and it stabilizes the spit so that you can put the thing in here, in the box, and mail it off. So I want to do that tomorrow morning, but I want to do it like an hour after breakfast to let all the bacon dissipate. So I just have nothing but spit in my mouth. Yeah. I know pretty much my heritage, and I want to know a little more. My father's side is basically Czech and Bohemian, which is Czech and right near Czechoslovakian border, Prague area. I've been to that area because I know exactly what it sounds like when my grandma would talk to her sisters and my grandpa would talk. I know what it sounds like. So I have been to that area of the world. Beautiful. It's beautiful. And then my mom's side, her grandparents, my great-grandparents, were born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden, and they came over to do, well, one of them came over to be a housekeeper, and the other one came over, and they didn't have enough money to go back home. They met, they fell in love, blah, 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 and had a couple children, and my grandma was one of them. She lived a couple years after I was born. She didn't live very long. And her husband, my maternal grandfather, his last name is Hornberger. And there's a castle along the Neckar River in Hornberg, which supposedly my mother says, this fairy tale I grew up with, oh, we descend from 5 royal princes that lived in that castle. And they came over here and blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, why would you, if you had it good, why would you come over here? But, you know, sometimes people aren't the nicest and they're run out of their own land, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'd kind of like to know some more about that. I know my great-grandfather and his father were a custodian and someone that worked at the gas works in Pennsylvania. I don't know how far back it goes. I don't know. I want to know more on that side of things so that I can find out. Because when people came to this country, they'd line up at Ellis Island to be checked in by immigration. And they were from Hornburg. That probably was not their last name. It's just that when they wrote it down in the book, you know, oh, here's another one from Hornburg. Hornberger, he's a Hornberger. Right? Yeah. So I said, well, Mom, she doesn't like to be called out on the carpet. I said, Mom, you know, the people that live there now, their name's Von Jemigen. And has been Von Jemigen for centuries, Mom. Are you sure you don't... Oh, no. Oh, this and that, the other thing. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, fine. Well, I want to find out from... She goes, well, why do you want to know? Why do you want to go digging? Why? You know, something must be wrong, you know. We're probably like the guy that cleans the floor. Of course, we could have been like the guard. A knight. A knight was like basically like a policeman of the castle and keep. That's what knights were. Basically the policeman, the National Guard, the policeman. That's kind of their role. And I don't doubt that at all. That whole cop attitude runs in the family. And my grandfather was a cop for a while, and then his brother and his cousin were cops, so who knows. But I do want to find out more about that. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. For some reason, it's stuffy in here and hot. Poor little window air conditioner's chugging along. I think I can. I don't want it to be cold, but I just like it to be pleasant weather. Because I've had it. My leg is feeling better. The one I twisted on election day. I've been elevating it. RICE. Rest, ice, compression, elevation. That's what you do when you sprain something like your ankle or your knee or something. It's been helping a lot. So I've talked way too long now, so I'm going to let you go. And we'll put that little rolly cart from my Casio keyboard together tomorrow. That'll be fun. Upward and onward.